So I know you said it's more difficult, but a lot of people don't really have horses or incorporate horses into their care. So do you maybe have any tips or thoughts when they're getting treated by a therapist, when they start tapping into this emotional aspect and maybe have some limiting beliefs? Do you have any tips or thoughts on that?
Well, first and foremost, what is nice is there are a lot more of the equine therapy programs going on. So if you have an opportunity, try it. And because it's amazing some of the shifts that can occur with that. But otherwise, it pretty much is, to me, the horses are such a catalyst to help you be more present and to knock your mental concepts and get you more of a felt concept. So without the horses, it's so much of, I think, the more you can really let yourself keep present in each breath, and because it's almost like with the horses, they can break through so many of the layers and get right to the core. So
Yeah.
without them, it's so much of how can I keep myself becoming more present and letting myself feel a little deeper, feel a little deeper, feel a little deeper. That's the ways that's going to help with the big shifts. It's feeling the things that we didn't want to feel, like you really letting yourself sink into that support. It
Mhm.
was easier to do it with a horse because you didn't attach all your human concepts on the horse.
Yeah.
The horse was really just there. So some people actually, might be able to do it in nature, like leaning against a tree, or,
Mhm.
if people are comfortable in nature. So finding a place that they're very, very, very comfortable in and finding someone that they feel comfortable with would probably be the best catalyst that you could do.
Yeah, and I think that concept of being more and more present is important. And that's something that I do work on and help my clients start to really feel the difference of being connected and being disconnected. But what I found with that too is people then want me to tell them when they're disconnected or
Mhm.
connected. I think that's an important concept that people really need to really start to feel the difference of themselves being really embodied and very connected, and then what it's like when they start to leave and disconnect. And when you can become aware of that difference and then consciously say, you know what, I'm going to come on back, that's empowering. And so feeling that difference, I think, is really important with what we're talking about. It's so
Mhm.
easy just to leave and say, I'm going to numb out and I don't want to feel this.
Yeah.
But it hasn't served you so far. So we do need to make that choice to come on back.
Well, and I think finding things like when you were talking, it brought up a whole nother concept of why some people do meditation and things like that. But a lot of times, what keeps us from connecting is the uncomfortable feelings we feel.
Hmm. Yeah.
So finding things that really fill you with joy,
Yeah.
if you love petting a dog, or you love looking at flowers, or like looking at mountains or whatever. And when you start to feel how good that feels, that's what connection really is. And when
Absolutely.
we realize that this is what we want to bring more into,
Yeah.
so instead of numbing out, learning how to use connection to actually help you feel better.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. So let's